Hey gang, Jamie Aston, and we're streaming this on YouTube under youtube.com forward slash the letter I, the word fly, and then Sims, Sims, I Fly Sims. That's my channel. It is an extension or new channel to my current YouTube channel, which is just Jamie Aston. Of course, you can go to jamieaston.com, YouTube forward slash Jamie Aston, and that's how you can find all my other channels. If you go to the About, you can see some of my other channels that I've branched off of my main one, Jamie Aston. What's also new is that we are streaming this on Twitch. So you have twitch.tv forward slash Jamie Aston. So, I recently purchased Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. And I was gonna buy it at lunch. As you can see, I have the whole Turtle Beach, Yoke, Rudder, pedals, and stand. And I purchased that 2023, December 2023. So I've owned this thing for over a year, and I've used it with Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and it was good. 2020 is very stable. I couldn't wait for 2024, and 2024 has been a hot mess. So I did not buy it at lunch. A week after, everyone knows how bad it was and you couldn't get in. So after a week, I tested it out and I decided I wasn't going to buy it. But I recently just purchased this thing for $65, the deluxe copy, the hard steel book and lanyard and all that crap. And I tried this the other day by trying to do it live, and that video is on YouTube youtube.com forward slash I Fly Sims. And yeah, it's hot garbage. So here's the deal. So if you're watching on Twitch, you can't see me and you can't see my yoke. So to be able to get the best experience for you Twitch users, go to youtube.com forward slash I Fly Sims, and you can see me and you can see my setup. But if you're just gonna watch it on Twitch, then you can hear me. And we're gonna go ahead and test out career mode. We have not done career mode before. So when I first got the game, I, just finally started to get it work or what have you. And I've been trying to get the yoke and everything set up. There's an issue right now with the yoke where I cannot, we'll skip this. I cannot use the toe brake for whatever reason at Cessna. So what we did back in November when I did attempt to play it, I created my character, and so I guess as best as can be, but that's usually how I fly. Another thing is I have another YouTube channel, youtube.com forward slash Juliet Alpha Bravo, and that is the channel where I'm going to be posting all of my videos of flying in real airplanes. So, but you can see some of my other flights on Jamie Aston, and that's YouTube forward slash Jamie Aston, where you can see me fly airplanes and stuff like that. So I just decided to divide all of my content up. Anywho, let's go. We're gonna try to keep it local to where I fly in real life. Currently based out of North Little Rock, Arkansas. I did not know. I've originally Northern California, so which is I never expected Arkansas to have this stuff. Let's see where in which airport do you want to start your career? I don't see my airport. Never mind. It was no, it's Camp Robinson. I don't want that. This is the airport I want. Not available as start location. Wow. Why? There's a whole flight school and everything right here. It's a very nice airport. Let's see here. So you can do Camp Robinson. You can't do, over here is where I took my first flight. Wow, you can't do any of those, but you can do Camp Robinson. Okay, let's see, Bryant. Do they have Saline County? Well, let's see here. It's funny. Looks like I can possibly do Greiger Field. So I've flown there. I actually just took a flight out of there. I flew from Pine Bluff over here to Cleveland, Mississippi for a meeting. So we have a flight club, and I was one of the members, and we flew over. First time flying in the Mooney, and yeah, that was fun. We did that. Let's see, do they have my little airport here? This is funny. Now, this is I've flown to this airport. Why is this one available as a select, but North of Little Rock isn't? That is ridiculous. Like Camp Robinson, like is, but this one, why not available as a start location? That's crazy. So we can either do Warren or Pine Bluff. Warren is let's see here. I guess we'll do Warren. I have not seen what this airport looks like in the new version. So it's not even crop dusting anything over here. This airport is, man, it's tough. It's a lot of tall trees and everything. Pine Bluff is very open, very nice. So, I don't know. We're going to start here at a little tiny airport. That would be the career. Something tiny. A little country, a little place. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, I flew down here, and you can see my flight from KORK to flying down here. I flew to Texarkana, but you can see that on youtube.com/Jamie Aston. You can see some of those flight videos. Let's see what happens. Let's see how this game does. So, I still haven't completely set the yoke up because the toe brakes don't work as they should. Everything else seems to be working, and for you Twitch users, the setup is going to be I use the Turtle Beach Velocity 1 flight, yoke, rudder, and stand. I also use a Logitech K400 Plus keyboard, touchpad. I find navigating inside the aircraft and doing different things with the keyboard to be the very best. Keyboard and mouse, so I don't have anything set up on this one, but 2020 I do. And of course, we also have an Xbox controller on my knee. And another thing for you Twitch users, I do have 2 cameras set up. Camera where you can see me, talk to you, and the other camera is focused on everything else. Now I just got a streaming message, which doesn't make any sense. Maybe it's a Twitch, but I am doing dual streams. But I have a gigabit connection, so I don't know what's up with that. We could check the router in a second. Let's see here. Maybe I will check and see just how much I have going out. Let's see if it'll start up. I mean, this is one of the things I truly hate about this always connected world with Flight Simulator 2024 is just, it's stupid. I keep an Xbox at my mom's house for when I go down there and visit, and during hunting season. I might play and things like that. It's an Xbox Series S. And her connection down in the country is pretty terrible. So you can't play this game at all. I mean, this just cut so many people out right here. But up here, I shouldn't have any issues. But if we do have to kill a stream, we're gonna kill the Twitch stream right now. But looks like it tried to load up. Yeah, this has a bunch of tall pine trees. So let's see just what this thing is going to be like. Test. Let's see how it happens. This is live action. We are streaming live YouTube and Twitch. So whatever happens, happens. I see some people on Reddit and everywhere else, they're actually sort of advancing in career mode and things like that. You have to be a glutton for punishment, I think, to play this game right now. I am just not having the success that I would like to have. Depending on how this goes, we're just that's not career mode right now, but it is a huge loss. $65. Now the retail for this copy is $130. The little seatbelt latch lanyard lap strap is neat, but it's not worth it. I don't know, man. You know, when I started playing 2020, I was still playing Flight Simulator X on my PC when 2020 came out, and as soon as 2020 came out, it seemed like X started glitching on my PC and stuff. So I started wanting to go to 2020, and I did. And I waited a couple of years before I went to 2020, and it looks like after a couple of years, about 2022, 23, when I started, it was 22. When I started playing this. It was pretty stable. It worked, but it seems like Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is going to need the same time or something. You know, I'm not gonna say people aren't gonna stick around, but the main reason I use this now, and the main reason why I bought this whole Yoke and setup, is that it supplements my flying in real life. Like right now, it's raining, it's been storming, doing a lot of crazy stuff, tornado watches, high winds, strong gusts, things like that. So flying is not an option. Hasn't been an option. So I can be inside my home and try some things out at the local airport, stay in the pattern, fly to a different destination. In fact, I use this for pre-flying some of my solo flights. Now I bought this in December 2023, this Yoke and everything, but I started taking lessons. My first discovery flight was a couple of weeks before I bought this, and I put it into my budget of flying. And I said, okay, we're gonna fly. It's gonna cost 150, 200 an hour. I can spend less than $1,000. I can't log these flights, but I can practice at home some maneuvers and things like that. And a lot of things did translate back here. Some things don't, like feeling the aircraft buffet in the stall, feeling the winds push it. I have the winds and everything set to realism, high realism on the game, but you know, you just never know. Let's see, these pine trees do look pretty good in comparison to the other ones so far, but the game is still not loading up. So I mean, just what is it having to load up in this stupid live world? Like, I don't need it to build every tree and asset. Like, it's okay. It's okay to just have static assets, or at least like let me download an area of assets, and it can build the other ones up later. Different things like that. I'm not sure, but this the I don't know if we have any. Looks like we might have one viewer on Twitch, but yeah, don't want to just cut them off from there. But this might be the reason why it is not loading up properly. I should use a wire connection to my Xbox, but I don't have a wire connection. Maybe I'll go make a cable that I can use. So I keep box of. I'm an IT guy. I just have a box of network cable. It's not even what I do get paid for anymore. It's I use actually for different projects. I have a project that if you go to youtube.com/Jamie Aston or go to jamieaston.com, I have a product that I sold for the last few years for fishermen, and so yeah, I keep a lot of that, as well as back in the day when I used to do some consulting and things like that for small businesses and things like that who need networking and other IT needs. But these days I do mainly programming and sysadmin integration, ERP stuff. Like I kind of do a little bit of everything. High concentrations in off with customizations. So anywho, one of the goals is to actually buy an airplane, a real airplane. I'm not buying another vehicle. Thankfully, I've had many vehicles, and I don't. I'm not. 39 years old. I don't need necessarily sports cars anymore. No sports car out there beats an airplane. Period. Period. No sports car out there beats an airplane for me anymore. In fact, the only type of sports car I would buy again would be another Miata. I love Miatas, but they're just true driver's cars. Get you a stick. I've been driving stick forever. My first car was stick. I love driving manual transmissions, and so you don't get too many cars like that anymore. I'm not a fan of electric vehicles. Like, what the F is it building? Like, what is this? This is unplayable. I don't necessarily want to kill this kid's Twitch stream, but even the controller is kind of, I can't even hit the pause button. Like, it looks like those are blinds. Like, the game is going to, like, what is this? It's building a computer asset? Like, what are we building right here? An office? This is ridiculous. We can't play the game because the career mode wants to do stupid stuff like this and make me walk around. I really don't want to walk around. Golly. This sucks. I don't want to. I'll try this another time, non-live. I don't want to kill the Twitch stream. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna kill 2024. I just, the first stream I did, I was just trying to see if I could do a quick flight, and the game was horrible. So we're gonna go right back into 2020. I play 2020 a lot, but instead of doing a free flight in here, what we're going to do is we are going to I'm gonna disconnect the Yoke, the Turtle Beach Yoke. One thing about quick resume, it will make your brakes and things like that not work. So let's go to the main menu, continue. The UI changes on 2024 also suck. Like, it just sounds like I'm hating on 2024. I'm not hating on it. It's not ready. As a tech person, why is the marketplace unavailable on 2020? Golly. All right, so one of the things I do have in here, you have flight training 33% master. I haven't done that, but I want to show you one that I did purchase. Download available. I don't want that. Custom content, it might be in here. So right here in the custom content, I bought this flight. It was like $75 when I bought it, from a UK developer, and they have this add-on for 2020 where it's like full flight lessons and things like that. So as you see right now, this is the VFR lesson, and the sucky part is that it does not track very well. It does not track very well at all. So if you do it right, it just gives you 10,000 points and things like that. Whereas the other one tracks your mistakes a little bit better. Another thing I don't like about it is that the VFR content down here is, as you see, FS Academy, VFR, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, blah, 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 7, 8, and then 12. And you say, where's everything else? Their package was pretty messed up. So you get up here and you have it's just under custom content. So you have 9, 10, 11. So we've completed everything in this one except 12. So we're going to do that right now. And a little diamond. Let's see how everything works. I have never done this lesson. I don't know how long it is, but we'll try to do this. this career mode. Yes, we're not in 2024 anymore if you're just not joining. I know it says 2024 career mode, but 2024 career mode is so buggy and slow that I don't want to waste my time. My niece is taking her ACT today, and then I'm going to be taking her shopping for prom. So I need to, we're going to have an uncle niece day. Just go and get her ready for all these things. So where I work, where I'm employed, I get a huge discount on things that she likes, like clothes, purses, and all the luxury brands and things like that. So we get a really, really good discount. So I'm going to go and, let her get whatever she wants. And she's already said, she got a prom dress, which was like $700. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Told her, like, you need to get it with me and we'll find you one for less. But she found this $700 dress. And after that, she said she needs a dress for some couple other events, and she needs some type of business outfit for tomorrow. Things like that. So we'll probably go out, get something to eat, maybe do Takeoff or something like that. She's a senior in high school. She's doing very well, and so it's my pleasure to do whatever I can for her when I can. And she likes to hang out, so it's cool. Okay, let's load up. Let's get out of here. Get their itis. All right, let's take a look at this aircraft and see what's up. This does have did he really give me an objective?
Welcome to your VFR skills test. Venice is the setting for today's flight, which will involve several flight exercises that I'll ask you to perform. If I see something going wrong, I'll start with a caution. If it goes uncorrected, I'll have to fail the flight and you'll need to restart. Don't overfly Venice City at any point, as this is prohibited. The same goes for runway 22 left here in Venice, as only 22 right is in use. Aircraft checks and configuration is your responsibility, but I may require you to use certain configurations for some exercises, which I'll ask you for at the time. I'll handle the radio so you can concentrate on the flying. I'll get the ATIS.
First contact. This is Venice Information Romeo. At time 1020 Zulu. Runway in use for arriving and departing. Runway 22 right. Surface wind 260 at 5 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Clouds view 3,000 feet. Temperature +14. Dew point +8. QNH 1013. Runway 22 left is closed. Contact Venice with Information Romeo and aircraft type on first contact. This is Venice Information Romeo. At time.
Complete your checks and taxi to the holding point Yankee to your left, and I'll call ready for departure.
Now, one thing I don't always like, let's see if we can bring up the VFR map. Great. My hotkey didn't work. Like, where's my mouse at? There we are. So I like to use this VDK 400 next to me so I can do some different things. And at first when I used to fly, I was like, I don't like to use the VFR map. I need to be able to look around. But in the aircraft, I mean, I don't know Venice. So let's, kind of study the area a little bit. And we're going to also try to use this. So right now, of course, we're using 22 right. So start it up. Some light aircraft.
Venice Tower, India, Foxtrot, Sierra, Alpha Charlie, Diamond DA40 with information Romeo, QNH 1013, holding short at Yankee, ready for departure into the circuit.
India Alpha Charlie, Venice Tower, cleared for line-up and takeoff, runway 22 right. Wind 260 at 3, cleared into the circuit, cool down wind.
Cleared for line-up and takeoff, runway 22 right, Wilco, India Alpha Charlie. Line up and depart runway 22 right into the left-hand circuit at the standard circuit altitude. Correct your circuit altitudes to 1,000 feet.
I know. We'll have to do this again because
This first circuit will end with a go-around on final approach, then we'll fly to Venice Lido airfield. You must correctly perform the go-around when instructed, including setting full power and not pitching up excessively. India Alpha Charlie requests low approach and go-around.
India Alpha Charlie A firm, cleared low approach, runway 22 right.
Low approach 22 right, India Alpha Charlie. Approach 22 right and go around when instructed. Complete your downwind checks.
What about this airplane? Fuel pump on. Flaps are at 0. Gas at gas. There we go. Got the numbers. Climb. Coming in. Alright. First notch of flaps. Go ahead and start coming in. A little bit more. Oh shoot. A little bit too fast for those flaps actually. Overshot it. I'm a bit late. Something you just don't get in real life. Back in the day, I used to play with multiple monitors and everything, but like I said, I'm playing on my Xbox Series X right now, so. But in real life, you got to move your head and everything, not to press a button and have the camera. So.
Go around.
Don't want to just dump the flaps out a little bit. Make sure everything's good. Going out. Especially if you have
India
full
Alpha
flaps.
Charlie going around. Request to leave the circuit en route Lido.
India Alpha Charlie Roger, left turn out approved. Report when changing frequency.
Wilco, India Alpha Charlie. Climb up to 1,500 feet and fly to the far end of runway 22 right before turning.
That's kind of a trick for the beginning. It's like, oh, make sure you're configured properly. I did not. I did not check my flaps. I did not. Like the flaps were wrong, and like trim was wrong. So that's when I found disassembly. Everything was configured.
Turn left heading 130 to leave the circuit, aiming for the bay entrance. continue towards the bay entrance and find Lido Airfield. When you see it, fly us directly overhead the airfield at 1,500 feet. India Alpha Charlie changing to Lido 118525.
India Alpha Charlie, roger.
Lido Radio, India Foxtrot Sierra Alpha Charlie, DA40, 1,500 feet, overflying Lido, southbound.
India Alpha Charlie Lido Radio, roger. Circuit is clear, runway 23 in use.
Correct your altitude to 1,500 feet.
A lot of things in this game, quick resume breaks stuff. When you quick resume versus starting fresh, so the drivers are not properly working for the
India Alpha Charlie overhead, southbound 1,500 feet.
India Alpha Charlie, roger. No reported traffic.
We're overhead Lido now, continue straight ahead. Now please make a left turn, taking us back towards Lido Airfield. Correct your altitude to 1,500 feet. Keep your turn going and perform an overhead join to enter the circuit for Lido runway 23. Runway 23 has a left-hand circuit pattern, and I'd like you to use a joining altitude of 1,500 feet. I need to check that you maintain altitude until descending on the dead side, having crossed the correct runway threshold. India Alpha Charlie turning inbound to Lido to join overhead runway 23, 1,500 feet.
India Alpha Charlie, roger. No reported traffic.
Failure to maintain altitude 1,500 feet.
He quit me. I was climbing back up. Oh shoot. Oh shoot. Oh, we went down. Yeah. Something happened just right then and there. It's like it didn't like a stall or anything, but it just, yeah, that sucked. That doesn't usually happen. Let's see if we can maintain control. We'll do one more, and we'll see if we can maintain the altitude, things like that, a little bit better. Having not flown this airplane before, I remember. All right, let's go to training menu, and we're gonna see where our trim is. Trim
Welcome
is
to
way
your
down.
VFR skills test.
And sometimes this thing like
Venice is the setting for
it
today's
screws
flight,
you up.
which
It
will
will
involve
just dump all
several
the
flight
flaps to the bottom,
exercises
which
that I'll ask you to
you have to pay
perform.
attention to it. I don't know if it's just a
If I
glitch
see
or what.
something going wrong, I'll start with a caution. If it goes uncorrected, I'll have to fail the flight,
Alright,
and you'll need
so
to restart.
We,
Don't overfly Venice City at any point, as this is prohibited. The same goes for runway 22 left here in Venice, as only 22 right is in use. Aircraft checks and configuration is your responsibility, but I may require you to use certain configurations for some exercises, which I'll ask you for at the time.
these lessons are long too.
I'll handle the radios so you can concentrate on the flight.
Do it in 5
I'll
minutes.
get the ATIS.
You might get to the end
First
of it.
contact. This is Venice Information Romeo. At time 1020 Zulu. Runway in use for arriving and departing. Runway 22 right. Surface wind 260 at 5 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Clouds view 3,000 feet.
There we
Temperature
go.
+14. Dew point +8. QNH 1013. Runway 22 left is closed. Contact Venice with Information Romeo and aircraft type on first contact. This is Venice Information Romeo. At time.
Complete your checks and taxi to the holding point Yankee to your left, and I'll call ready for departure.
Alright, it's a grass strip just like we saw. And, 10 feet elevation. Sea level as it get. Alright. We got the parking brake off. We fixed the fire. This is why I love when I can, my keyboard and everything is working right, because I can zoom and in and out of anything I need to do, but still moving with it. Xbox controller. Like if you're not watching Slack, like you don't see me, I'm using my Xbox controller, not Slack, Slack. If you're watching Twitch, but if you see me on YouTube, got my Xbox controller, got my keyboard over here like this, so it just makes, even though I got the Yoke, this is a lot of stuff going on. It just makes for, better playability. Uh-oh. Don't want to change something. Might be a little fun playing the own. It wants to fly.
Venice Tower, India, Foxtrot, Sierra, Alpha Charlie, Diamond DA40 with information Romeo, QNH 1013, holding short at Yankee, ready for departure into the circuit.
India Alpha Charlie Venice Tower cleared for line-up and takeoff, runway 22 right. Wind 260 at 3, cleared into the circuit, cool down wind.
Cleared for line-up and takeoff, runway 22 right, Wilco, India Alpha Charlie. Line-up and depart runway 22 right into the left-hand circuit at the standard circuit altitude.
flaps slow you down so that trim all messed up. It just doesn't want to take off.
Correct your circuit altitude to 1,000 feet. This first circuit will end with a go-around on final approach, then we'll fly to Venice Lido airfield. You must correctly perform the go-around when instructed, including setting full power and not pitching up excessively. India Alpha Charlie requests low approach and go-around.
India Alpha Charlie A firm, cleared low approach, runway 22 right.
Low approach 22 right, India Alpha Charlie. Approach 22 right and go around when instructed. Complete your downwind checks.
Yeah, I know it's boring. Some of you like just to fly the Airbus and things like that. I like to fly general aviation. Little stuff that I might be able to buy or fly. And we'll go to the left of the runway.
Go around. India Alpha Charlie going around, request to leave the circuit en route Lido.
India Alpha Charlie Roger, left turn out approved, report when changing frequency.
not necessarily a pullback.
We'll go
that you
into
wanna do,
Alpha
you just
Charlie.
add the speed the thing to do it.
Climb up to 1,500 feet and fly to the far end of runway 22 right before turning.
Which I'm not on. Let's see if we can at least hit the grass strip. Now this is where you want to
Turn
configure.
left heading 130 to leave the circuit, aiming for the bay entrance. Continue towards the bay entrance and find Lido Airfield. When you see it, fly us directly overhead the airfield at 1,500 feet. India Alpha Charlie changing to Lido 118525.
India Alpha Charlie, roger.
Lido Radio, India Foxtrot Sierra Alpha Charlie, DA40, 1,500 feet, overflying Lido, southbound.
India Alpha Charlie, Lido Radio, roger. Circuit is clear, runway 23 in use.
Let's get all happy. Way off again.
India Alpha Charlie overhead, southbound 1,500 feet.
India Alpha Charlie, roger. No reported traffic.
We're overhead Lido now, continue straight ahead. Now please make a left turn, taking us back towards Lido Airfield. correct your altitude to 1,500 feet. Keep your turn going and perform an overhead join to enter the circuit for Lido runway 23. Runway 23 has a left-hand circuit pattern, and I'd like you to use a joining altitude of 1,500 feet. I need to check that you maintain altitude until descending on the dead side, having crossed the correct runway threshold. India Alpha Charlie turning inbound to Lido to join overhead runway 23, 1,500 feet.
India Alpha Charlie Roger, no reported traffic.
Thank you. You can now descend to circuit altitude on the dead side and enter the circuit for runway 23. Turn to cross the runway 05 threshold, not overflying Venice City. India Alpha Charlie descending dead side.
India Alpha Charlie Roger, QNH is 1013.
Turn left onto downwind and prepare for a touch and go, followed by a low circuit. India Alpha Charlie downwind 23, touch and go.
India Alpha Charlie Roger.
Complete this circuit and perform a touch and go on runway 23. I need to check that you take off again with full power and takeoff flaps set. climb to 500 feet to perform a left-hand low-level circuit. India Alpha Charlie entering low-level circuit, runway 23 to land.
India Alpha Charlie, roger.
Maintain 500 feet and complete a left-hand low-level circuit to a full stop landing. Correct your altitude to 500 feet. India Alpha Charlie, low level downwind 23 to land.
India Alpha Charlie, roger, no reported traffic.
Perform a full stop landing with full flaps to complete your skills test, coming to a stop on the runway.
I know, I still got my flaps in. We're in the white for now, but yeah. Not bad.
Congratulations, you've performed all flight exercises correctly, and I'm pleased to say you've passed your VFR skills test. Well done. I hope you enjoy using your new skills wherever your flights take you. Happy landings and best of luck.
Actually, I did not think that was gonna go down like that today, but finally, I've completed the VFR low flight training on this game. That's actually kind of cool. Next, I didn't expect to do that today, but we are running out of time. We need to run the Bass Pro Shops and pick up some stuff, and it's gonna take me just about the same amount of time to So with that said, we are definitely gonna go ahead and turn this off. So that's cool. That is cool. Let's see if there's anything like what I would like for it to happen. Training menu. I wish that these sessions would do a little, put a checkbox on so I'll know where I did it. But I bought this thing, downloaded it. It was on sale for like $75, I think it was. So what you have, there's VFR. So we've completed the VFR. You have solo trips, things like that in the US and UK or over in Europe. So it's a little bit of a mix of things. The next one, it also has a book that a PDF that you can download. But they also have the, as you see, there's a commander package right here. Know what to do when engine stops, deal with severe in-flight ice, loss of electrical power, dead of night, discontinue approach, and troubleshoot a landing gear issue. So we can't land because we gotta manually dump the landing gear or something. Fog, escape the thick fog in Paris. Suffer loss airspeed, lose an engine over the Alps, dodge thunderclouds in dead of night. So let's see. So to do that, you're gonna need to do your IFR first, though. So I'm gonna do my IFR. There's also a Bush. There's a whole jetliner package right there, but here's a navigator. So navigator might be before your. I think you do navigator before the IFR. So we'll do some more VFR stuff. So that's where we'll start navigator. Yeah, we'll do some navigator and then we'll do the IFR. I'll do jetliner last. I'm not, after IFR, I'll do mix between jetliner and that one, and then you got the commander. So there's still a lot of content for me to do on 2020. I'm sure that the price of Flight Simulator 2024 is going to continue to drop. So Woot.com is where I got it for $65. I actually price matched the Best Buy. They will tell them like, hey, price match Amazon. This is an Amazon company. It's shipped, fulfilled, and stored and everything by Amazon. So anywho, thank you all for watching. We're gonna go ahead and stop this Twitch. Whoever that is that was watching, kudos. Thank you. Check out jamieaston.com. Check out youtube.com/iFlySims for more flight simulator simulation content. Juliet Alpha Bravo is going to be for flying real aircraft, and Jamie Aston for fishing. There's also another channel, but it's not really relevant for anything right now. Thank you all for watching on YouTube. If you have any comments, questions, anything like that, please do let me know. Have any questions on the hardware, setup, anything like that, or anything, just hook me up. JamieAston.com. Thank you all for watching.